You've been practicing screaming for months, maybe even years. You've watched every YouTube tutorial, you've done the vocal fry exercises, you've tried the deep sigh approach, and you're still not getting anywhere. The good news is that it isn't a skill issue, and it's not a talent issue. And I'm gonna show you exactly what's stopping you, specifically for fry screams in this video. So what nobody tells you is that you can practice the same things 10,000 times and get nowhere if you're operating under the wrong beliefs. But as a full-time screaming coach who's taught since 2019, I see people every week unlock their screams on day one, while others stay stuck for years doing the same exercises. The difference? It's not talent, it's not their voice, it's the mental framework they're operating under. So I've identified 4 invisible beliefs that create this wall. And these are the beliefs I see over and over in people who are stuck, frustrated, practicing daily, seeing zero progress. And the moment they challenge them, everything changes and they finally see progress. Belief number 1, there's only one right way to pull off a fry scream. So the first wall is believing that there's only one correct approach. Maybe you've been told fry screams live in your head voice. So that's where you keep trying. And when it doesn't work, you think the problem is you. But what I'm about to share changes everything. So fry screams can happen in multiple different registers. You could do it in your talking voice, known as your chest voice. Hey, you could do it, yes, in your head voice. Ah! You can also do it in your mixed voice. Ah! You can even do it in your whistle register. And so the technique you've been trying to force yourself to do might not be wrong, but it might just be wrong for you right now. Think about it. You're banging your head against one locked door while 3 others stand wide open behind you. So then what's the breakthrough? Stop assuming there's only one way in. Try a different vocal register, a different approach. And once you do, that door opens easily, and that's your door. And once you can fry scream using a different approach or a different vocal register, then it actually makes it far easier to actually unlock your fry scream in the original register that you're intending on using. So belief number 2, it should feel natural right away. So a lot of people expect their fry screams to feel smooth and natural immediately. You might see someone scream effortlessly in a video, so then you think, oh, that's how it should feel from the start. And then the second you feel tension or awkwardness, alarm bells go off and you think, oh, this can't be right. So then you pull back and try and stay safe and never venture again into that uncomfortable territory. But I want you to think about learning anything physical, a handstand, a golf swing, playing an instrument. Beginners always look clumsy. They always use too much muscle. They overcorrect. That's not a bug, that's just part of the process. And the problem is that if you're trying to skip straight to the effortless phase, you'll never generate enough force necessary to find that distortion to begin with. So in other words, more often than not, people undershoot the amount of force necessary to create distortion. So to get over this, in the short term, I want you to give yourself permission to be aggressive, to use more effort than what naturally feels right. I want you to experiment in the zone that feels just a little too intense. Then the refinement and the relaxing comes after you've found the right sound, not before. And as a side note, if any of this is resonating and you want to go way deeper into learning to scream, as well as find different approaches to unlocking these screams, then click the link in the description to get that free training. And it'll also show you how to get live feedback directly from me. Once again, click that link in the description if you're interested. Okay, now let's hit the last 2 beliefs that keep you stuck, the last 2 walls. Okay, so many people have a scream that sounds breathy and thin. So what many people think is that they think like, okay, let me maybe push a little less hard. Maybe if I dial it back. Maybe if I even layer some voice on top of it. But when they do that, it still sounds breathy. So here's the issue. You're treating air like an ingredient that needs adjusting. But the thing is, air shouldn't be in the recipe at all. It's not about using less breath, it's about using 0 breath. If you're using any breath at all, you're building on the wrong foundation entirely. And a lot of people try to add voice to that to sort of fix it. But what you need to do is to completely swap out breath for voice, not layer them, replace breath altogether with voice. And that will take your scream from to wow. And once you do that and rebuild from a foundation of voice instead of breath, that's when power shows up. Okay, the next wall/belief that keeps people stuck. So many people start with vocal fry and try and transform that into a scream. And this idea is everywhere. Oh, just do vocal fry and push more air through it. And it sounds logical, but here's the problem. Asking someone to run by walking faster and faster makes sense on paper. But in practice, oftentimes people end up just power walking. Because running and walking are fundamentally different mechanics, even though they're both using the same limbs. And that same scenario and that same thing applies to vocal fry and fry screams. Vocal fry happens when your vocal cords are loosely fluttering together, like this. A fry scream happens when your vocal cords clamp and compress tightly together. So completely different muscular action, different sensation, different sound. Trying to evolve vocal fry into a fry scream is like trying to turn a whisper into a loud shout by whispering louder and louder. You need to engage a different mode entirely. So my advice is that if the vocal fry approach doesn't work for you, skip it and go straight for compression. That's the unlock. So as a recap, here are some of the things that might be blocking you. 1, assuming one technique fits all, when in reality, I want you to explore different vocal registers and find your path. 2, trying to chase comfort in your scream too soon. Get messy first, push hard, use a lot of force, then refine later once you've got the sound. Step 3, treating breath like a volume knob. Don't just reduce it, completely eliminate the use of breath in your scream and just use voice. Instead of breath. Number 4, stop building your scream from vocal fry if that's not working for you. Instead, use tightness and compression from the start. So if you've been grinding for months and seeing no progress, it's probably not your technique. It's the framework you're stuck in. So I want you to challenge what you think you know, test what feels counterintuitive, and that's where the breakthroughs are hiding. And remember, if you want a clear roadmap on how to do these screams based off of anatomy and the fact that I've taught over 2,000 people how to scream, then click the link in the description to get a free training that will go more in depth and show you these things. And it'll also show you how to get a live direct feedback session from me if you're interested for free. So click that link, check that out, and I'll see you inside.